Welcome to Above the Garage.
Hi, friends. Welcome to our discussion of Season 3, Episode 1 of Silo. Let's do our round of introductions and dive in.
Hi, I'm Raquel.
Hi, I'm Helen.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Kate. So, I rewatched the finale of Season 2 last night because I remembered how exciting it felt when Juliet reappeared on the horizon. This season does not start off on a similar high whatsoever. Juliet has apparently been promoted to mayor, and that's the least of the changes in her. Her memory has obviously been wiped, which is first implied when she asked Tony if she likes mushroom soup. Most 40-something-year-olds know this about themselves by now. I like it. Do you guys like mushroom soup?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I love mushrooms. Anything.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Maybe everyone loves mushroom soup. Probably not.
There was a line where the woman who was bringing it in, or the woman who was like helping her, said, "Who doesn't like mushrooms?"
Yeah.
It's like I know a lot of people who don't, but I'm glad that it's none of you guys.
Yeah, so do I.
It's accurate to this small sample size.
I also don't understand it
Yeah.
because I love mushrooms. They're amazing.
Yeah. Could eat almost exclusively mushrooms.
Her maid or assistant or whomever that is has to remind Juliet on the way out that the silo is at peace because she came back. Alone in her apartment later at night, she's looking at marks on her body, unable to remember how she got them.
And neither was I.
Yeah. Well, it's been 3 months, so I don't think that we would.
We know.
Yeah, exactly. Or it was old injuries. Yeah. But it sucks.
I assumed it was from the burning from when she was in the hold coming back in, right?
Right. I mean, isn't her suit protect her?
Yeah, it was a firefighter suit because she got that from
Right.
Solo.
Solo's silo.
Solo's silo.
Solo's silo.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is, she doesn't remember shit, I think.
Yeah.
Which sucks. It would be terrifying to have, like, no idea who to trust, and you don't even know anything about these people to try and figure it out, you know?
Or even if you're supposed to doubt that you can trust them. You know what I mean? Like, even that basic fact is not there, it seems.
I feel like she is naturally, like, a very doubting person, like me.
Yeah.
Suspicious, but that's not... She's overriding that sort of, I think, a lot here. Less towards the end, but...
I think there was a few moments where you could sort of see her normal personality coming through.
Yeah.
And I like that. Even like the shirt that she's wearing at the beginning, you can see that things have changed and she's obviously in a higher status role. That the fabric looks more expensive, like silk or whatever, but it's like it's got a utility look, like still sort of like a mechanical uniform vibe to it. The first one, obviously, afterwards, her wardrobe sort of changes, but I like the first shirt did look a little bit more utility, I think.
Yeah. The next morning, she meets with Camille, who seems to be her official handholder. First up is a celebrity meet and greet in the cafeteria that makes Juliet visibly uncomfortable, but the people don't seem to mind. They are thrilled to lay eyes on the silo celebrity, trying to touch her too, just maximizing her discomfort. Poor Juliet. There are also people in the background trading items that supposedly used to belong to her.
Did you notice what it was that I was changing? Because I couldn't see.
I think it was her sheriff's badge, right? I think that was one of them. And the other one was the toy that belonged to her brother that she kept when she was supposed to clean out the apartment after he died and her mom died.
Yeah.
And just as a refresher, her dad just kind of like disappeared after the mom died. Like, wasn't a good supportive father at that point. Is that right?
The dad was kind of more emotionally detached from it, I think. And then she ran away to mechanical.
Yeah. And then he had his redemption arc last season.
Yeah.
Sacrifice. And then we're far away, above ground, all the way in Washington, D.C., with a woman who is clearly expecting to be followed. So she changes her outfit and hair in the Willard Continental on 16th Avenue. Our friends got married there recently. When she makes it to her ultimate destination, we learn she's Charlotte Keene, sister of Congressman Daniel Keene, who we met in the season 2 finale. I'm glad his storyline is continuing so quickly this season. I love Ashley Zukerman.
Yeah, I like the back and forth between the two different worlds, too. It gives you a little more variety in the scenes because you go from, inside the silo to then, is it DC?
DC,
it's DC, yeah.
I remember feeling very abrupt in the finale of season 2 when they went there. I literally thought like I had started a new show on accident.
Yeah.
But now I enjoy.
It was very confusing. I also remember us talking about how we thought that there was going to be maybe just about the pre-silo world.
Yeah.
And we were a little bit worried that they were going to sort of do a switch in the narrative.
Right.
But yeah, I'm glad that they're trying to like interweave in them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I really like the shot when she's walking into that hotel with the camera inside the revolving door. That was creatively done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
She goes in and then it goes all the way around and then she's changed clothes and coming back out again. It was good.
Yeah, that's very cool. After assuring Charlotte he went through the same evasive hijinks on his way here, the siblings banter. They're very cute. And they're obviously close, which is good since their parents are dead. The reporter that Daniel met with in the last episode is known by his sister because she sent the woman to him. Charlotte was hopeful that Daniel could help the woman with the expose that she's writing, something that Charlotte thinks he could do a lot better if he got himself on Senator Thurman's Iran committee, which is what Charlotte has come all this way to ask him. Not as easy as it sounds, since Daniel points out Senator Thurman is in the opposite political party from him, but they are both from Georgia, so he has that in. She doesn't verbally answer his question about the U.S. bombing Iran before she leaves, too quickly for his liking. It is pretty crazy how far she traveled just to tell him to get on the Iran committee. Obviously, it's very important to her, but it seems like if she traveled all that way, she would tell him everything she knew, and she doesn't give him much.
And he literally says, I did the whole switching cabs and trains thing for 2 minutes with you.
Yeah.
And I loved that they pointed that out because I feel like there are so many scenes in shows, including one we all know well, where people show up somewhere and they have like a 30-second conversation and it's been like very hard to get there. Takes, 8 hours to drive from Boston to Toronto.
Yeah.
No, that's nothing.
But
yes,
we're not going to worry about that. I got to go. It's been 90 seconds. So I'm glad that he pointed this out.
Yeah.
Me too.
We don't actually know why she wanted him in the committee either, like by the end of the episode. Like, I don't know if we will find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she seems very paranoid, obviously, about being followed and stuff. So, like, I'm assuming that she's suspecting, they're not being told everything in her position about what the mission is. And she's wanting to see if he can find out.
Yeah.
That was my assumption.
But it's very imminent, though. So, like, it literally happens straight away. We have, like, he doesn't really have enough time to act and do anything about it. Even, I think we discussed, like, maybe we thought she wanted to maybe stop it and expose it.
Mm-hmm.
But it happens straight away. So it's not like she's given him a lot of time to act on it.
Maybe she didn't know that it was going to happen that fast,
Right.
That fast, maybe, yeah.
I loved when he said that she forgot something and then he shows her the middle finger.
Oh, yeah. Loved that.
I love that.
And then she does it back without even having to look back. Like, they have that between them all the time.
Right. The unnecessary look back is the best part.
It's the same thing when they finish each other's sentences about the parents would do.
Oh, yeah.
They say something like, if mom and dad were alive, they would do this and that. I don't quite remember the actual sentence, but they literally finish each other's sentence.
Try to claw out of their grave or something. Claw out of their casket. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very funny.
They're very close, clearly.
Yeah. Juliet is having dreams about what really happened when she returned to the silo, and she decides to share them with the worst possible person, Camille. That's who she calls for help after. Camille's husband, Robert, takes over for part 2 of the handling of Juliet, robotically retelling her the sequence of lies they planted in her brain, tells Juliet that her suit protected her from the fire, Bernard's did not, the poison got in and Bernard immediately died, even disposing of his body was dangerous, and Robert oversaw his body incineration himself. A part truth, it seems. Dude holds grudges like a champ, though. He is still so pissed off that Juliet held his wife and son hostage. He was, like, exactly this pissed off about it in the season 2 finale, too. Let it go.
Are you annoyed that we don't know what happened?
Yes, I am. That's why I went back to watch. I was hoping I'd forgotten more of the details of what happened.
Oh, no.
But no, you don't really see anything except them getting locked in the fire room and talking about how they both know it's a poison that's released purposefully outside that kills people. That's all that we really saw, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a good device to have her temporarily forget things because it helps remind us what's going on a little bit. But, like, there's a worry that it could be
old season.
Yeah, or used to, like, rediscover things we already know from previous seasons. So
yeah, drag out old stuff.
Yeah. Still not finding anything new. But I don't really see why they needed to do that, though, because there's a lot we don't know yet about, like, previous seasons.
Yeah, there's still so much to discover, right?
So you think there's enough content to show us this new season, but
yeah,
we shall see.
When Robert debriefs with his wife, we see the real scene of Bernard's death when Robert suffocated him in a plastic bag. He did appear to be extremely wounded from burns, either fire or radiation, but it was ultimately Robert murdering him rather than wait to find out if the burns would do it. Otherwise, his story seemed largely true, right?
Theoretically, yeah. If we've seen the real version of it, I guess we can't be sure of that.
That was my
Right.
question too.
Yeah.
Have they just shown us that? But I don't know what they would show us because that's not what they're telling her anyway. So I don't know why they would
Right.
lie twice.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. Do you guys remember, this is like a very dumb question. How did things land with Bernard? Like, was he less evil at the end?
Yeah, I think he tried to save her from
Yeah.
the fire room, so that was something.
But we also weren't sure why he was doing it either.
Yeah.
It looked like he was trying to save her and he was like gave up and just wanted to see the outside world
Yeah.
before dying.
So was it kind of a coincidence
Yes.
that he was in there?
Lucas Kyle tells Bernard something that makes him like flip a switch and not give a shit anymore in the finale, right?
Which was that the whole thing about like the outside world being poisoned was a lie, potentially.
Right, but that they intentionally poison it whenever they want, so there's nothing they can do.
Poison them, yeah, to keep them inside.
Right. And so he just stops giving a shit and acting weird and firing his gun in the cafeteria. And he's like off in a room by himself and he hears everybody cheering and yelling like Juliet lives. And then he sees her. I think he was going to go out anyway, but he does see her right before he goes out, like that she's come back. And then he goes out, oddly trains a gun on her, and she's like, what the fuck? And then they start talking and, they both know that it's purposeful poisoning. She says, I don't know the who or the why. And he says, I know the who, maybe?
Yeah, but not the why.
But it doesn't say. It doesn't tell us.
Because we discussed these in the podcast as well on the last episode. And we were saying like it was weird that he knew who had organized everything, but he wasn't sure why.
Right.
So we don't get the answer. And well, he doesn't know either. Or that's what he says anyway. So that's why we don't know why he's changed his mind.
Right.
If it's just honest or...
He tells her he's just going outside to die, and
that's why I'm a little bit upset that because that was a big question
yeah.
in the podcast. We were like talking about it. We're like, oh, what has he changed his mind? What's actually happened? And then we literally back to the next season, and we still literally have no idea. He might have disappeared.
Yeah.
Is it possible that something happened that they didn't show us, like part of their conversation is missing from the finale?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Because it pretty much just, the fire starts.
And that's it. I don't think we see any more. Because we don't know how she's lost her memory. Does she remember something at the beginning? Do they stop giving her the pills straight away?
I assume she was like hospitalized and they just IV'd her a ton of memory loss drugs from the outset. Because Juliet, as was, would not have taken pills that they gave her,
I'm just wondering if Bernard told her something else that we didn't hear that she's going to remember.
I think he did, because doesn't she feel like she has to do something? Like, doesn't she feel like he told her to do something?
Yeah, that's like the memory, the flashback she gets.
Yeah, and we didn't see that. So there's likely missing conversation that we didn't see and hopefully will at some point.
And do we think then maybe Sims did kill Bernard?
I think he did kill
because
Bernard.
of it. Yeah. So I think the memory is probably true.
Yeah, I think that memory was true. Back in D.C., Congressman Keene has attained his meeting with Senator Thurman and Anna, and we are once again reminded of Daniel's heroics in New Orleans. Clearly very relevant to our story, since they keep mentioning it. Keene bypassed the levees by digging tunnels under the city with a special drill he helped invent that didn't disturb the soil above.
So are we assuming that that's the drill that built the silos?
Yes.
That's what I thought. But can you help me out? What's with the levees and the tunnel? What are the levees?
So New Orleans flooded.
Oh.
I think New Orleans is below sea level or something. There's a lot of flooding risk in New Orleans. And I think in this particular timeline, maybe that got worse and he saved the city by drilling and providing a way for the water to drain out. That's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah. In 2005, New Orleans flooded catastrophically after Hurricane Katrina. So that's when I learned about levees.
Okay.
My husband just said, what about American Pie? Because there's a lyric in the song, the levees are dry. So I guess I did learn about levees long ago. Not like I knew what they meant.
So we think this is maybe relevant to how they build the silos.
Yeah, but it's not where they build it, but maybe the technology to drill the tunnels is what helped drill.
Was used. Yeah.
Because the silos are by Atlanta, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Keene tells them that he wants in on the Iran committee to be read in on the retaliatory mission because his sister is likely to be flying in the mission. The meeting seems to be going well until the very end when he references Senator Thurman's campaign slogan, try not, do or do not. That's not how he said it, though. He rearranged it.
Oh, this the Yoda
Yeah.
line.
Right.
Don't try, do.
Yeah, he said it differently. Don't try to. And that seems to make the meeting go sideways pretty instantly. Anna implies that he pushes a bit too hard, and Keen walks out looking clearly disturbed that he failed. Did that part confuse you guys at all? Like,
Oh, definitely.
okay. Like the extreme look on his face of, I fucked this up when not that much had happened.
Also, like we were discussing this before, this is a crazy method to go about, in my opinion, like appealing to the emotional stuff for multiple reasons. It's like a colder approach, a more practical approach would have made more sense to me.
Yeah.
Because if you're just saying like, I'm worried about my sister to somebody who's in this position of like
Right.
power.
That's why I should be on it. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know that that's going to appeal to her anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
He might have lucked out because this woman works with her daughter and so clearly has family priorities as well. But I agree with you, in almost no situation is that the right angle to go about it.
Yeah.
A professional request. Yeah.
It was a big conflict of interest. I think that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you would not be allowed on it, right? He's giving her the reason
Yeah.
not to allow her on it
Yeah.
because he would be emotional and not make decisions based on the country or whatever.
Especially because it seems like he wants to get in the committee because he feels that his sister is at risk.
Right.
So, he's not going to have the mission's interests in mind. He's going to have his sister's.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Sims opens up the council meeting, blames everything on Bernard. The Simses claim to have decided to be on the side of the rebellion at the end. And now they're bragging about how they've changed the game entirely. They're ruling with transparency, completely different from how it used to be. They assure everyone in the council that they've removed most of the spying cameras. And one of the biggest changes is that there is now this council of the people for the people. Shouldn't the people be pretty fucking concerned about the fact that Juliet's memory has clearly been wiped?
Yeah, so I'm wondering, like, obviously the people didn't know a lot about what happened because none of that was happening publicly.
It's just so sus that she reappears and cannot remember anything that I would be like, all right.
I guess they're buying the story that it was from her injuries.
It annoys me.
Yeah.
Anyway, she clearly lacks any comfort or confidence appearing on the stage in front of everybody. Uncomfortable even in just opening the meeting.
I just have one question about why have they made him the mayor?
Yeah.
Is this to control her? I don't.
I think they're meant to reward her for being this hero of the silo, but it makes no sense if she has no memory.
She remembers nothing. Exactly.
Yes.
What good is she? What use are you to the silo?
None. No sense.
Because she's a perfect puppet for The Sims. So
Yeah.
Right.
I guess it's a good metaphor for the fact that the mayor has always been pretty useless.
yeah.
And it's like a PR thing because it looks good that they've elected her because the people love her, right?
Right. And she supports this government, etc. But it's weird.
There's always that thing about keeping the peace and just doing whatever they need to do to keep up an appearance that makes people docile or whatever, right?
Yeah. And it's like the same with Sims talking about always telling the truth, and he's going to be telling the truth, like the first one saying the truth, which is a lie.
Right.
because what he's doing is telling lies, because we saw what he did to Bernard.
Right.
And we probably going to find out that the pills that she's being given, the vitamins, have something to do with her memory loss. So
Yeah.
Which I think is what she discovered was being given to that woman in the hospital last season, right? There was a woman that she was going to see to get information from. Yeah.
Yeah. About the booklet, right? The Earth booklet.
Yes. Yeah.
Who was hiding that in the wall. Yeah. It's like a typical move of a kind of authoritarian government.
Oh, totally.
And the whole committee is also like a device.
Mm-hmm.
Probably even to surveil instead of the cameras, which are probably still there.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Yeah.
And to give people an illusion of
Exactly.
having some part of it, being some part of it, and really not at all.
Yeah.
About the cameras, they do talk about how many cameras they still have, and then how the rebels are using parts where they're not being
Surveilled.
Yeah, where the cameras are out of service or they can't see them from that angle or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Keene is working late in his office when Anna from Senator Thurman's office comes to him. He's hopeful this means he made it on the Iran committee, but not quite so happy a reason in the end. She quickly reads him in as far as the fact that the operation is tonight and his sister is flying it. And then we get to watch Charlotte's perspective flying the actual mission. The mission's in progress. The pilots are approaching the target when they see a mysterious cloud at 50,000 feet, which is high for most clouds, and clearly too high for the type that they are seeing. They've also very concerningly gone from 75 clicks to 500 clicks away from the target while thinking they're flying towards it. And in the strangest twist, they're seeing oil appear inside their planes. Very gooey, unknown substance that seems to have Charlotte entranced when the planes start catching fire and breaking apart.
Who's gonna do the X-Files theme here?
Want to do it together? Wow, we were all key.
It was funny.
We did our best.
Good that you said it was the X-Files theme.
Yeah, who would have known otherwise? Yeah, like I literally just wrote "Don't touch the oil" with an exclamation mark, which is just a real X-Files reference as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a wild scene. I really liked that.
Yeah.
No idea what's going on here, obviously.
I wasn't expecting like something paranormal maybe happening, but also maybe not paranormal. Maybe it's just a new kind of weapon Iran launched.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something radioactive hiding in the cloud instead of an actual missile.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bioweapon.
Yeah, or biochemical. Yeah.
And maybe this is just what caused the breakdown in the atmosphere to force everybody into the silos, whatever is coming from the cloud.
Yeah.
The cloud looked very much like the oil in a way. Did you guys think that? Like the way that it had like those tendrils coming down from it? And then the oil moved in that really weird way where it was like defying gravity and just like
viscosity,
stretching up into the air. I don't understand why they flew directly into the cloud though. Like if I saw that cloud, I'd be like, we're going all the way around that. I mean, I guess they didn't have a choice.
I don't know how quickly you can like turn a jet at that speed.
We have to think about the G-forces.
Yeah, good point.
I'm just really surprised that she survived that.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Why did her jet not get affected by it?
Yeah.
She was crashing, right? So like she probably just crashed into the water and then managed
from
to
50,000 feet and she's okay.
Yeah, can you survive that?
Seems unlikely, but here she is.
Yeah.
Maybe there's more to it.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
She might have ejected as well. Maybe there's like an automatic ejection thing happening.
With the parachute and stuff.
Yeah. And also the tomahawks that were being launched from the ship. Did they target the cloud or did they get stuck in the cloud?
It seemed like a similar thing happened to them that was happening to the ships where they were just exploding from maybe the oil was like sticking to them and it was causing them to...
Yeah, I was just wondering if the cloud diverted the tomahawks from the ship. But
yeah, that's possible.
I'm also wondering if there was more than just the cloud. Was it like a cloud and they were they hacking into the system? Because it did say that the drones were like deactivated and they couldn't control them anymore. So it was just that the cloud, something else happened? Was it like a combination of like two different attacks?
It seemed like just the oil was like coating everything and causing none of their systems to work anymore, right?
Yeah. It's probably what made the jets crash as well.
How would that work though? I don't know. The physics of it. Like I can see like a radioactive cloud affecting the jets themselves and sort of exploding. But like, would it affect like the technology?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what it is, right? Like when we find out what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. But I think the fact of it being oily or being something that it's more thick than air or clouds is going to affect the jets.
Yeah, definitely.
The jet engines themselves. Yeah. And also it creates pressure, different kind of pressure when you fly into it. So that's why the wings come off or whatever. Yeah, because it's like almost like hitting a wall at the speeds they're flying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what happened with the tomahawks? We may or may not find out with this show.
I hope we will.
Yeah. I think it'll at least make more sense once we know the purpose of the oil cloud weapon, whatever it is.
Anna walks Daniel into a war room before he's called into Senator Thurman's and given the ultimate debrief. His sister's squadron weren't hitting any targets and Charlotte's plane went down. She was picked up by a Turkmenistan rescue mission, though.
The senator said something about the mission. They were supposed to just go somewhere in the mountains, right? That was what Charlotte's mission was. It was like it sounded like it was a separate, more secretive part of the whole thing. Like maybe she got assigned to
the top secret.
The top
The
secret.
classified.
Classified. So do we think that there were other people that were actually doing the attack, and then she was just assigned to something else at the same time? Or do we think that attack was just a cover for the public to what was actually happening?
I thought she was doing the attack in the scene, so I didn't pick up on.
I didn't pick up on mountains either.
Yeah.
So the senator says, your sister's squadron wasn't hitting any of the targets they're talking about on TV. They were on a mission to a facility in the mountains.
But I think that was the mission. It was just a top secret mission, and they're probably not, as you said, like they're hiding that from the public.
Yeah, so they were going somewhere different than what's being told on TV, I guess.
Yeah.
And I guess we don't really know what their mission was then, because she didn't give details about what they were actually supposed to do when they got there.
Back to the council meeting in the silo, the head of mines is not into this council. He has very little respect for authority, it seems, which I get, because he's clearly used to being treated shitty. These mine collapses are not uncommon. The tunnels are at least 300 years old, and they all just go back and forth on top of each other, never up and out, so they're obviously going to collapse on each other. At least he sparks a little bit of the old Juliet, who asks why the pack limits where the tunnels can go, and Sheriff Billings says he will look into that. Next up, Orla Kent, assistant to Carla, is reporting on supply. The mine guy is being a dick to her, but it seems like maybe Carla's name has struck something in Juliet's brain. And then again, when Orla says they're good in supply, which was a line from last season, another message that rings some sort of bell she can't fully access, but at least it's still in there somewhere. And then it's Knox's turn. He calls her Juliet before correcting to Madam Mayor, thanks her for fixing the generator, which is still in good shape. He also drops Martha's name, but we don't see her react to that. The camera doesn't show her then, and says that Martha has sealed off the digger hole. Sheriff Billings says all is well, not too interested in sharing much. They haven't caught Kennedy, though there have been sightings. Lucas Kyle, they think, may have died, and they just found Amundsen dead a couple weeks ago. There are some mysterious people called outsiders who've been wearing masks and causing trouble before disappearing. And that's the council meeting.
Knox was clearly dropping these things, hoping to spark a memory, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Seems that way, yes. I agree.
I think everybody was. I think it was all planned.
I like Knox. I'm sad for him.
I think he might be the smartest of them all. Maybe that's probably his strategy to make people drop those hints like they're good in supply, just to trigger something.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it had to have been coordinated because there's just so many.
Yeah.
I did want to see her reaction to hearing Martha's name, though, and we didn't get to see that.
She was also Juliet was really good at, listening to people and caring about what they said. And like when she said, we'll look into it, that seems like something we should,
Yeah, she was.
Follow up on.
Yeah.
It seemed very genuine.
Yeah. It just sounds like the same old Julia that I wanted to explore things and find out the truth and
Right.
And also that cares about the people.
Yeah.
Really cares about the people.
Yeah.
When Knox is talking, he says the digger void.
Yeah.
Is that the space where she used to go with, I can't remember his name, her partner, her boyfriend from the beginning, right? They used to meet up in that space under.
Yeah. And she takes Lucas, right? Kyle there?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. That's what I assumed it was too.
Because they say they sealed off access to it, or Martha sealed off access to it.
Oh, okay.
But I guess we don't know if he's telling the truth about that either.
Boyfriend was George Wilkins.
George, that's right. George, yeah.
Well, if Martha sealed the entrance, it's probably sealed for some people, but not for all of them.
Right.
Right.
Well said.
We also don't know what happens to Lucas.
We don't
imply that he's dead.
Yeah, but I doubt he's dead.
We don't know that yet, hopefully.
Yeah, didn't it kind of imply that Lucas and Kennedy are together somewhere with the outsiders or part of this group?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but what do you think actually happened? Do we think that's true?
I think they escaped. Maybe they're in the digger void, in fact, as you just pointed out.
Yeah.
And are working to continue to rebel. That would be good, since Lucas Kyle is the only person alive with the memory intact to know that the poison is released purposefully.
This is what I kept thinking about, because I was like, if anybody there knew those details, they could just tell Juliet, but they don't know that, right?
Yeah, right. But Lucas Kyle could, so hopefully he will.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the one that left the note. Doubt it, but that'd be cool. Knox tries to confront Juliet on the stairs, and he's alarmed to see there's absolutely no recognition whatsoever. He knows she supposedly lost her memory and asks if it's come back at all. Nope. The mining dude Harwood is still being shitty to Orla. Sheriff Billings steps in to break it up, The real problem between them seemed unclear to me, but later on we learned that Orla actually took his daughter's job and is investigating her. They've got a new swing system for going down through the levels, working on repairing damage from the rebellion.
I'm confused about why anyone is believing Camille. So, like, I just don't remember what her vibe was to the public last season.
Camille's?
Yeah, like, were people okay with her?
Well, she went from like nothing to super important, right?
Because she used to be one of the people that raided the houses.
Yeah, a raider, yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just, because Knox says to Shirley, Camille said it's going to take more time, just about Juliet's memory coming back. And I'm thinking, why would he be trusting what Camille is saying about Juliet?
I feel like I seem to remember her being kind of good or helping them at some point at the end of last season, and then she turns because of Sims giving the job.
Because they have a moment where they're like gonna partner up and take over and stuff.
Something to do with it. Obviously, what happens with the son as well.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she was friendly with them at some point during the season.
Because Juliet like broke into her apartment, right? And like had her and the son hostage while she was using their computer.
Right, and then Camille, I think, helps her
to escape from the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't remember the details.
So yeah, maybe they aren't questioning Camille then at this point, and they're just trusting that. But still seems weird. It seems weird that, like, I think it was Helen saying earlier about the amnesia. Like, why are we not questioning that she lost her memory?
Yes, that part is driving me crazy.
Yeah.
I can kind of see the public taking that story, but I don't understand why Knox would, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Well, I think they know that there's something suspicious going on behind the scenes, but they can't really stop it though. They can't bring, that's why they're trying to like jog her memory by saying all of these things.
Right.
In a way where it's not suspicious enough for the rest of the council to realize that they're doing that.
Right.
Right, like they did in the last season, they used hand signals.
But there are some acts of rebellion still happening, and I'm pretty positive that Knox and the rest of the gang are like behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I just wonder because obviously when Knox is speaking to them or to the public, then he's going to act like he's not questioning them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But saying that to Shirley was the part that threw me off, because he says, Camille said it's going to take more time to Shirley, but like, why would he be saying that to Shirley if they both didn't believe this anyway, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So it's weird that he does believe it, maybe. Yeah. Camille is giving Juliet the tour when she runs into Shirley, who is in charge of reconstruction. She only remembers Shirley from meeting her once after the accident. Shirley is pretty pissed at this exchange, and Juliet walks right by Deputy Hank as well. Juliet asked about where her dad died. She heard his sacrifice made the rebellion succeed. They explain what happened, that they hadn't wanted him to have to sacrifice his life, but he bravely did. Sheriff Billings is watching Orla as she's looking kind of sus, watching something travel down below.
Yeah, it seemed like she was going to use that, but she hasn't explained for what, right?
Yeah.
Do we think that the rebellion is a bad thing?
As bad as you said?
The rebellion? Yeah.
I think all rebellion is good. No, but this one anyway.
But like the new council, are they blaming her dad for what happened? Are they blaming the rebellion for what happened to Bernard and...
You're saying did like the council think that the rebellion was bad? I think they're selling the story that the rebellion was good and it succeeded, and now you can all relax because everything's better and transparent now. So
right, yeah.
Doctor is a hero.
Bernard is gone. Yeah.
But now everybody relax and behave.
Yeah, because if they weren't feeling that way, then Knox and all the others who had led the rebellion
They would have been punished, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And Bernard, like you said, like they say like 1,000 times in this episode.
He's the bad guy.
Because she's like, don't blame anyone. And she's like, except Bernard, obviously. Blame Bernard.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Bit much, but okay.
They pretty much use rebellion for whatever story they want to paint. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So
no, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
It is hard to know like how they're trying to spin it.
Right. In the next scene, we see the outsiders. They're attacking raiders, breaking through doors. In the end, we hear that they just stole a helmet, but you can't tell what it's for at this point. Shirley is confirmed very angry about this Juliet. Yes, madame, no, madame, nonsense. Right when Shirley says it's been 3 months, she's not coming back, Hank replies, actually, she's coming over here right now, which is funny. Camille told Juliet that she and Shirley used to be friends, and Juliet needs a friend right now, more than ever. She tries telling Shirley about her memory, and Shirley is not helpful at all in that regard, which frustrated me.
Yep.
It would have been much better if she had tried to talk to Knox. They do give a reason that Shirley was cold, though, when she's trying to, like, not sob in Juliet's face, and she cries on Knox afterwards instead. But that was their moment to, like, really talk to her.
It irritated me a little bit, like
Yes.
her reaction. Like, I completely understand that she's obviously very upset about the whole thing, but like,
So what? Cry.
and again, that's why I don't really quite understand if they know that she's been dragged. It seems like they don't.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
So I think they're just trying to be patient, which is what Knox says.
I think the memory pills weren't, like, not many people knew about
them.
that because
Yeah.
Juliet figured it out, right? And then
Mm.
it wasn't something that was common knowledge, obviously. And I don't think that knowledge was ever spread to the public.
Yeah. But you would still, it's just too suspicious that she doesn't remember anything about anyone.
Yeah.
Completely agree, but also feel like if it's all what happened with the fire, whatever, is what's caused her amnesia, I don't see why Shirley's so, like, angry about it.
Yeah.
It's almost like she's angry at her.
Yeah. I really disliked how cold she was.
Yeah.
I think maybe she's just reacting with anger to disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it gave me the impression that they knew that there's something suspicious going on with her.
Right.
And she was angry that they needed to, like, put up an act until they can get through to her.
Right. But if they could just reestablish a friendship, then she would be sharing things with them, you know? They would have an update.
That's a good chance to, like, have a new relationship with her and get close to her and maybe give her more information.
Right.
Because Juliet tried to, like, be like, oh, we used to be friends.
She sought it out.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you guys said, like, it's still, her personality is still intact. It just needs to be, like, woken up, right?
Right.
So I feel like, yeah, like you said, they could start appealing to that side of her, even if her memory doesn't come back.
Yeah.
Right.
She's still her.
Yeah. Orla somehow manages to get Juliet away from Camille to tell her that a lot of critical supplies have gone missing. And then Sheriff Billings approaches about the outsiders. They took a helmet from the suit room, but at the same time, some rebels have left a massive canvas with the green outdoors painted on it. So maybe the helmet stealing was just a distraction? Anyway, the display is a lie rings a bell in her head, too.
The display is a double lie, really, because it's like you're seeing what it really is, and then the display gives you the greenery, and then but that's not real. That's just implanted images. So
yeah, they're just feeding the same fake camera recordings to different people throughout the years.
Yeah. Anna calls Daniel en route to Walter Reed. She tells him to go to the Heidi Stinson Clinic in Fairfax instead because his sister's body is fine, which is incredible, by the way, but her brain is not. She's had a TBI. The Heidi Stinson Clinic in Fairfax looks really nice. When he gets into his sister's room, it is not a great surprise, to us anyway, to learn that she does not remember him at all.
So we're doing the same, like with Juliet, like the amnesia storyline twice.
Yes, exactly. We're going to follow two women that don't remember anything.
Great.
Yes.
I love that.
But maybe it was the cloud that made her forget.
Yeah.
And then the cloud is in the pills that Julian is being given.
The cloud is in the pills.
Okay, wait. I kind of like this.
I just connected two dots.
Are you high?
That shouldn't have been connected. No.
No, I like it.
I love it.
What if they're feeding her the same pills?
I think they are being honest. I think that's it.
Because it's very suspicious that she's the one that survived.
Right. I imagine, I like the cloud idea, but I imagine it's just people fucking with other people's brains too much.
Yes.
We're in surveillance in the silo next, where we learn the outsiders have figured out where all the cameras are. So all they have to go on right now is a woman who was hit hard in the wrist. So they're going to be on the lookout for citizens with a broken wrist. Juliet is finally starting to question the story. How did she get into the silo? She could never have expected Bernard to open the door. That was just luck. So she must have had another plan. She remembers the crowbar. She went into a different silo. She remembers that too. Why would she tell Camille all this, though? I don't know why she trusts Camille. Camille has her watch her supposed video of being on the outside, where she's told she just took refuge in a hut until turning around and coming right back in with a brand new fireproof suit. How lucky. Thank the founders. I don't know. It seems like a dumb story. She was gone for a while, right? Did they say how long she was gone? I think it was weeks. But I think in the season 2 finale that I watched last night, maybe her dad says, like, people have been telling me this for weeks, but you're the first person that I believe that said that she was alive. But I'm not sure.
But it struck me definitely that Juliet doubts that story and doubts that recording of that hut.
Yeah.
it seems like it's like in her face, like
Even watching it.
Rebecca's doing a great job because you can see that she's doubting
Right.
that it's really something that could have happened.
Yeah. And she lets Camille say it all,
Yeah.
but yeah, her face is saying she doesn't believe it.
And it sounds dumb. It actually sounds dumb.
It does.
To have a refuge hut where they're sending out people to die. So why would you have a refuge hut?
Right. And why would there be a random fireproof suit in there? How lucky.
Right?
It's just, you said that obviously she seems like she remembers more than she knows what she remembers because she's having these flashes, right? She remembers about the other silo. So she's clearly getting her memories back somehow. But because she's been fed all of the other stories, it must be very confusing for her to like know what's true and what's not.
Yeah. Even if you don't buy what they're saying, keeping it straight is so hard.
Yeah. But I'm wondering if she's doing that, if she's deep down, she doesn't trust them.
Right.
Because that's kind of her personality. She's very untrusting.
Yes, which I appreciate in a person. I would need to like write all this down to keep it straight, probably, if I was her. And it would, you can't really do that here because people are watching you constantly.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't know though, right? Does she know that she's been watched?
Probably not, but I feel like she's smart enough to.
Yeah, I hope she does find out.
But yeah, I want to see the real Juliet back ASAP, please. Down in supply, it feels like something rebellious is being moved, transferred to IT over the course of 3 nights under the guise of a vitamin D deficiency. And this is where we learn why Harwood hates Orla so much, because his daughter doesn't just work for her, but her job used to be his daughter's, and his daughter's now under investigation. Regardless, Orla is feeling good just from seeing Juliet, feeling hopeful. And then in the end, she says that she thinks she's got something figured out, how she might be moving stuff, something about the gap. Camille goes in for a chat with the algorithm. She thinks she's calmed Juliet down, but the robot voice isn't so sure. He tells her to up the memory wiping meds, double them in fact, which is probably a dangerous degree. And Juliet takes the pills offered to her without hesitation, which is crazy. But at least she finds the secret message in her soup du jour. The message tells her to return her bowl upside down if she wants to find out the truth and meet someone in the marketplace at 2. She burns the note.
Yeah, taking a double dose of, in quotes, vitamins.
Yes.
Without being like, why am I suddenly taking twice what I was taking yesterday?
Yes, exactly. That. Come on.
I almost wonder if the pills also kind of just fog your brain a bit.
Right.
You know?
I think they do. Maybe we learned that previously. I don't know. But yeah, I know what you mean, and I agree. It seems like it.
I mean, that has to be part of it if it's affecting your brain anyway.
Yeah.
It's affecting your memory, so it must be kind of fogging.
Yeah.
It's also the fact that they're selling it as vitamins. You know, vitamins are great and all, but she doesn't have to take vitamins. I would think at some point she'd be like, I'm going to opt out of the vitamin regime for a little while. Thank you.
But we've seen her having these like moments of clarity where she's getting the flashback. So it probably is something to do with like the dosage of it.
Right.
Maybe when it's wearing off, she feels a bit more
lucid and
yeah, that's right.
Herself questioning things. But like if that dosage has wiped her memory that severely, which is like very severe, she doesn't remember anything about people from before. Imagine double that. Like she'll just be like a lobotomized husk of a human, then that's.
And she's only been taking the drops for a short period. 3 months is not even that long.
Right.
But some medication takes a while, especially like medication that affects your brain chemistry.
I feel like it would be very noticeable to everybody around her if they doubled this ridiculous medicine. I look forward to finding out more.
I also wrote down message in the chowder as opposed to message in the bottle, the police song. It kind of played in my head automatically.
The capsule was humongous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looked like a bottle on its own.
But it was the message in the chowder.
I thought it was a pickle at first when she dumped it out.
It was really big.
I was like, oh, there's a big pickle in there. That was pretty clever, though, the way they did that by like making it just taste terrible so that she would dump it out and see what was in it.
Yeah. I was just wondering if she would have swallowed that if she was eating because it was so big and probably plastic.
I think it was very conspicuous. I think that was the whole purpose of it. Like she couldn't miss that.
One way or the other, she's going to see it.
And she couldn't just eat that by mistake.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's a wrap on our discussion of Silo, Season 3, Episode 1. Come back next week for Episode 2. And we're also podcasting Cape Fear at the same time. So we'll have a new episode of that out on Friday as well. Thanks for listening. Bye.